let me just make sure I have this right. None of you women speak to Quad, yet all of you expected that she would tell you that she has a boyfriend? Did I miss something? What's up, everybody? It's your girl Bonnie Scotch. Thank you so much for clicking on my video today. I wanted to bring you a review for Married to Medicine. This is season 11 episode 2. Before we get into the review, go ahead and hit the like button for me. When you hit the like button, not only is it a free way to support my channel, but it's also a way of letting YouTube know that I'm here and that you all are rocking with my commentary, so YouTube starts to shoot my content out to other viewers just like you, an audience who ordinarily would not get an opportunity to connect with my channel. That being said, let's go ahead and jump into it. I thought that this was an okay episode, all right? Again, not a whole lot going on, but, you know, Spill It Boy TV said this. And speaking of Spill It Boy TV, he made an appearance in this episode. We're going to talk about it, okay? But in his review, and I haven't been able to watch reviews in the way that I'm used to since I have been, you know, actively, you know, creating content and making sure that I'm on top of these Bravo shows. Like, it's just really hard to stay, you know, on top of all of your faves and then catch up on all your shows at the same time. But I did catch his review, and he was right in saying that the first episode is, you know, setting up the chessboard. It's setting up all of the pieces. So we start the episode with Phaedra driving Aiden to school. This little baby is in high school now, okay? Now, remember back on Real Housewives of Atlanta when she was driving him, I think, to preschool? He was a little baby at this time. He was maybe like 3 or 4. And he was like, am I still going to be your baby? Do you remember the way we all wept and boo-hooed and sobbed when we saw that scene? What a sweet kid. It's really cute to see, like, all of the kids grow up and, you know, go to high school and college and so on. So we have a scene with Simone and Cecil. He is apologizing for inviting Quad without letting her know. She says, I know that Quad is one of your faves. It's not a big deal. And he says, look, I did the same thing for you and Jackie's relationship. Now, I personally don't mind Cecil running interference on Simone's relationships because he sounds like he appears to be a very sound and reasonable person, a very logical person. I also think ultimately Cecil knows that his wife is very stubborn, and it wouldn't hurt to nudge her back in the direction of her friend. I think he just knows his wife. I think Cecil is a good dude. I think that Cecil is one of the best husbands across the franchises. For me, it's Cecil, Eugene, Sean from Salt Lake City, and Gertie's husband down in Miami, okay? Drop down in the comments and let me know who some of your favorite husbands are across the franchises. Let me know if I'm missing anybody. I might be missing somebody. Next scene, we have Greg and Letitia at dinner together. He tells her that she looks exotic. She says, how so? He says, Texas gone to D.C. So Letitia and Greg are talking about Heavenly at this point. She says that she doesn't know how to resolve things and that Heavenly has no intention on apologizing. It's giving obsessed. She's like, she's talking about me right now on YouTube. Look, so she pulls up her YouTube channel. Heavenly, with none other than the YouTube legend Spill It Boy TV, who is actually one of my all-time favorite YouTubers. He is one of the reasons that I wanted to start reviews. Okay, I discovered his channel in, I want to say like 2016, 2017, somewhere around there. And I've been hooked on him ever since. So it was just really good to see him, like a flash of him in that moment. Shout out to Spill It Boy TV, okay? In the next scene, we have Damon in his music room having a conversation with Heavenly. Heavenly is still going hard at Sweet Tea. And meanwhile, she's fully in the wrong here for accusing that man of being inappropriate with minors. In the next scene, we have Jackie at her office. Cash Doll is about to give birth relatively soon. Cash Doll looks absolutely gorgeous. She really is such a pretty lady to me. And then that hair, Cash Doll is going to have that hair laid. Do you understand? She just always looks gorgeous. In the next scene, we see Quad riding around with some young ladies. They are all dressed as flight attendants. She is handing out invitations to her birthday party. So up first on the drop-off list is Simone. Simone says, "Where is Quad?" She goes outside to greet her. They hug each other. They embrace. It was a really sweet moment. They're laughing. They're giggling. And I haven't seen them like this in a long time. A lot of you dropped down in the comments and were like, "No, girl, you're not crazy. It wasn't a fever dream. They were really friends in real life." And it was just good to see them having a positive moment, okay? So I'm hopeful. In the next scene, we have Contessa and Letitia. Letitia is at Contessa's house. Contessa looks really snatched, y'all, because y'all know she's a bodybuilder and she be in that gym. Contessa looks really good. So obviously Contessa and Letitia are bonding over having a dysfunctional relationship with Heavenly. They both feel as though she attacked them on YouTube. Quad pulls up, gives her invitation to Contessa. She greets her. And Contessa is like, "Well, are you going to say anything to Sweet Tea?" Because Sweet Tea is at the door looking crazy, just standing there. It's like, girl, you don't talk to this lady. Like, why do you have to see her get an invitation from your current husband's ex-wife? You could have went back in the room and went and made yourself a drink. Like, for me, it would have gave like, "Oh, it's her. Okay, I'm going to make me a drink." Like, I would not have stood at the door to watch that. But anyway, Contessa's like, "You're not going to say hi to Sweet Tea?" And Quad's like, "Well, girl, gotta go." It was awkward. Contessa says that she thought the group was in a space where everybody gets invited to everything. I don't know why she would invite Sweet Tea to her birthday party, though. It's her birthday party. So one of the girls that was riding around with Quad that was handing out the invitations, she said to Quad when she got back in the car, "Who is that old lady at the door?"
Don't laugh. You can't laugh.
So in the next scene, we see all of the women getting ready for Quad's birthday party. Here's the reason that I don't like Toya. I think Toya is a stupid woman. I think that she's dumb. I think that she doesn't think about things. I think that she lacks comprehension. I think that she lacks critical thinking skills. She says the stupidest things that never make sense, and I feel like if it's something that fits her narrative, she's going to say it, even if it defies all logic. And this is why I don't like Toya. Toya's a gorgeous woman. She always looks great. She dresses beautifully, but she's stupid. She doesn't understand why Letitia didn't get an invitation to Quad's birthday party. She's like, "Oh, you crashed her party." She got an invite from Phaedra. She didn't just show up willy-nilly. She was brought into the situation. Was it awkward? Yes, but she knew that she was coming in to do her job and break up the scene. She knew it was going to be a gag. She doesn't have to invite Letitia, her ex-husband's current wife, to her birthday party, dummy. Then this dunce is going to say towards the end of the episode to Quad, "Oh, you didn't like it how you were treated on the Napa trip." Toya, girl, how are you comparing the Napa trip, where everybody iced her out, to Letitia not being invited to Quad's birthday party? Are you okay? I swear to y'all, Toya has 3 rice grains rattling around in her head. I took it easy with Toya last season, but I see I'm going to be fussing with you this season, girl. We're not off to a good start. So Toya is telling Simone, look, the issue is really how we all treated her in Napa. It's not so much what you said about her niece. I think it's both. Toya said something really astute here. She's kind of like saying, well, we're old enough to, you know, have relationships with people that aren't hinged on the relationships of other people. Basically saying to Simone, you don't have to not be friends with her just because I don't like her. I said, wow. That was really evolved. So they get to the event and they ask the owner of the place who put this event together, and she tells them that it was Quad's boyfriend, and everybody is shocked and flabbergasted and appalled that they didn't know that this woman has a boyfriend. Meanwhile, none of them talk to her except for Heavenly. She probably didn't want to tell Heavenly because she didn't want Heavenly telling her business. It bothered me because they're really acting shocked, like especially Simone. And it's like, you women are always moving the line with Quad. You're always moving the line about what you want to be mad at. So now the reason that they're going to be mad at her is because she didn't tell anybody that she has a man. I'm just curious, like, how long they're going to drag this out. It's always something with Quad, y'all. I promise y'all. They do not like her. And I don't always like to jump into, oh, people are jealous, people are this and that. But let's not act like Quad wasn't the breakout star of this show. She was a fan fave. Miss Quad, she got it, she got it. She went on to have other things outside of the show, and the women felt pressed. They felt some type of way about it. Meanwhile, they treated her like shit from season 1. So she went on and made real friends, and they got upset. You know what? We're not going to live in the past. We're not going to go back there. We're not going to go. Okay? So, Quad comes out in her crystalled, bedazzled, burlesque fit. Shortly after, she looks really good, by the way. She always looks gorgeous. Shortly after, she introduces her man. Okay? So, this is a boyfriend reveal. She's giving my man. I'm really happy to see Quad in this space. She looks good. She looks happy. Her man is beautiful. Very good looking dude. I'm happy for her, okay? In another scene, the men are all meeting up together at a bar. You know, all of the husbands. Greg is voicing his concerns about Heavenly making all of these accusations. You know, Damon is saying, don't talk about my wife. You're being too sensitive. Why are you so sensitive? Damon is a supreme gaslighter, and Damon is a dangerous person. And I feel like Damon is just going to have to get beat up. Damon is just going to have to get beat up, y'all, because he's saying, oh, I don't get involved in the women's business. And then he's also telling Gregory, oh, I don't like how your wife was implying that I was a cheater. That's the one thing that I didn't really like. Well, Greg is saying that he doesn't like how your wife implied that he has been inappropriate with minors. And then you're saying, oh, don't talk about my wife. I was always indifferent towards Damon. I never liked him. I never disliked him. Because I would always catch the shit that he would say on the back end, right? I caught when he said that if he cheated on Heavenly, he would expect her to take him back. But if she did it, he doesn't know if he would be able to do the same. Damon is a man about double standards. He's very old school. He's all about the patriarchy. Men like that, I can't fully rock with. I cannot rock with men like that. And it was just really disappointing to see, you know, Damon reacting in that way. And he's kind of, you know, saying to Greg, listen, you fell out with me and then you started turning down my patients. And then Greg tells him, look, I wasn't turning anybody down. I was busy. Then in the confessional, he says, well, yeah, you know, I got busy, but also, you know, me and him fell out. And these patients require a lot. And I just wasn't putting that kind of time into it anymore. That means you were turning patients down, Gregory. Just be real about it. Just be real about the fact that y'all falling out due to Heavenly's mouth has affected business. And here's the thing, too. Gregory, I saw you had all of that mouth for Quad's man. But you don't have the same type of energy for Damon. And maybe it could be because you all are genuinely friends, which I understand. But I'm going to need you to put a little bit of bass in your voice behind Damon. Okay? Because Damon is letting you know, my wife can say whatever she wants, but your wife better not. My wife can say whatever the hell she pleases, and your wife better watch her mouth. He just called you a herb. He just sunned you. But anyway, y'all, that was the episode. It wasn't a whole lot going on to it. You know, drop down in the comments. Let me know how you all felt about this episode. You already know I want to hear from you. I understand sometimes these things start slow. Like Spill It Boy TV said, we're setting up the chess pieces. We're getting everything in place. I'm sure it'll be a banger of a season, but it's starting to wear me thin. All of these, you know, grievances that these women are finding with Quad. Every time I turn around, it's always a reason. It's always something. And it's just getting old and tired for me. Heavenly, you are dead ass wrong. Damon, you are dead ass wrong. Like, am I going to be getting up here and dragging Damon every week too? Because I will. Anyway, y'all, go ahead and get down in the comments with me. Let me know how you felt about this episode. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the like button on your way out. Hit the notification bell so you know when I'm posting. And I will see y'all for the next one. Peace.